Two nations are about to go to war, and a few people in one room are the only thing stopping disaster. 5 crucial peace negotiation mistakes you still make. Imagine two countries are about to go to war, and I mean full-on, everything on the line war. The only thing stopping them is a few people in a room trying to make peace, but over and over, these deals completely fall apart. Why? It's not what you think. It's because of a few simple but huge mistakes. The stats are insane. Only about half of civil wars since World War II have ended with a peace deal or a clear winner. And a ton of those deals don't even last. The price of failure isn't just a news headline. It's counted in human lives and shattered countries. Today we're counting down the top 5 mistakes that even pro-negotiators still make, that turn peace deals into absolute disasters. And if you understand these messes, you'll know more than most world leaders. First up, this is mistake number 1, and it's a big one. Not even trying to understand the other side. I'm not just talking about listening to their demands. I mean, you have to get inside their head. What are they terrified of? What are their biggest hopes? If you're only focused on your own side, you'll never build trust. And without trust, you've got zero chance. We see this in the long-running Israeli-Palestinian conflict. For decades, both sides have, at times, been slammed for just screaming their own history and ignoring the other's fears. It's like they're in 2 different rooms shouting at a wall. They make demands that are instantly rejected, not because they're evil, but because they have no idea why it's a terrifying demand for the other side. The result? Total failure, more violence, and it just gets harder every time. We also saw this in the Darfur peace process, where a massive lack of trust, fueled by not getting the other side's core worries, was a huge risk. It all fell apart. You don't have to agree with your opponent, but you have to understand them, or you are going to lose. Mistake number 2 is coming in hot with a crazy first offer. This is a classic move to look tough, but in peace talks, it almost always backfires. When one side demands something absolutely ridiculous, it just makes them look like they're not serious about peace at all. This anchoring bias, where the first offer messes up the whole negotiation, can kill the deal before it even starts. Think about a rebel group demanding the president resigns before they even sit down to talk. It's a non-starter. It's like me offering someone more for a Lamborghini. It's not a negotiation, it's an insult. This was a problem in the Syrian peace talks, where the gap between the first demands from both sides was so huge, they literally couldn't even begin to talk. It's not just politics. The Boston Red Sox made a famously bad first offer to pitcher Jon Lester, which offended him so much he just went to another team. The other side just walks away. It wastes time, destroys trust, and forces everyone to make huge concessions just to get to a reasonable starting point. Your first offer has to be in the real world, or you're just setting yourself up for an epic fail. Okay, mistake number 3 is honestly just embarrassing. It's showing up completely unprepared. I'm talking no research, no plan, and not having the people who can actually make the decision in the room. Peace talks are not the time to wing it. This is the final boss level. You need to know everything. A massive example of this was the US Taliban talks about Afghanistan. Critics pointed out that they left the Afghan government out of the early talks. How can you make a deal for a country without that country's leaders in the room? It's insane. If your negotiators can't make promises that stick, you're just wasting everyone's oxygen. This was also a huge problem in the 2018 Ethiopian Oromo Liberation Front peace deal, where there was no clear plan for what to do with the fighters, and the OLF itself was split. The whole thing fell apart. You get negotiators with secret agendas, or who don't even represent their people. and the whole thing just implodes. The lesson is simple. Do your homework. And for the love of everything, make sure the people at the table can actually say yes to the deal. Otherwise, you're just acting, not negotiating. Mistake number 4 is being so stubborn you refuse to compromise on anything. Look, the whole point of negotiation is give and take. If you just dig in and refuse to budge, you might as well just go home. This isn't a staring contest. It's usually driven by fear of looking weak, but it just guarantees failure. The history of failed peace talks is full of this. Many Middle East peace talks have died because both sides have to move on huge issues, basically waiting for the other to give in first. It's a total stalemate. The Lusaka Protocol in Angola failed partly because of this. Neither side could move past a zero-sum game where any compromise felt like a loss. This kills any creative ideas. If you can't even explore new options because they're not your perfect solution, then the only outcomes are more war or total surrender, which almost never happens. Throwing down final offers early on is a classic sign of this, and it just backs you into a corner. You have to be willing to be flexible. Real strength in a negotiation is having the guts to find a solution that helps everyone, not just you. And the final mistake, number 5, is maybe the sneakiest of them all. It's acting like history doesn't exist. You cannot ignore what happened before. All the old deals that failed. All the reasons people are angry in the first place. If you ignore that, you are literally doomed to make the same mistakes again and again. Look again at the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Decades of talks, tons of failed agreements, and yet sometimes new negotiators come in and act like none of that ever happened. They ignore why the last deal, like at Camp David in 2000, blew up. It's like trying to build a skyscraper on a pile of rubble, forgetting to solve issues like resource sharing in Darfur or having a demobilization plan in the Ethiopia-OLF deal. Shows they didn't learn from other conflicts. You have to deal with the old problems first. History is an active player at the table. It has its own seat. A solution that might have worked 10 years ago could be completely impossible today. Understanding history isn't just for school. In a peace deal, it is everything. So there you have it. The 5 biggest mistakes that will absolutely destroy a peace deal. And honestly, they're not that complicated. It all comes down to bad strategy and simple human error. But the good news is, we can avoid them. By spotting these patterns, we can all get way better at this. Now I want to know what you think. What other insane mistakes have you seen leaders make? Let me know in the comments below. The more we understand these fails, the better chance we have of actually building bridges instead of walls. From not understanding your opponent, to making insane demands, to being unprepared, to being totally inflexible, and ignoring history. These mistakes have cost millions of lives. Making peace is one of the hardest challenges in the world, but it is not impossible. It takes crazy courage, next-level preparation, and actually trying to see things from the other side. The stakes are literally human lives, the future of entire countries. So we have to get better at this. We have to spot these traps. If you are understand, please subscribe, like, and share.